welcome to Data Analyst video on Power BI for beginners. On today's video, I'm going to run you through building a dashboard as a beginner from scratch and how to analyze data and share insights. My name is Abdul Kadri Salami. Let's get it done. Welcome to Power BI. Today we are going to talk about how to create a simple dashboard. A simple dashboard in Power BI. How to simplify our dashboard, how to build it from the scratch. Right now I have my table here, which comprises of some content like my beverage brands, my date, my expenses, which comprise of my revenue and my units sold. So this is a project that has to do with brand, that has to do with products, and then regions, and we have our total sales, we have our revenue, we have all this. So right now we want to build a dashboard, an interactive dashboard. So from the scratch. So I'm going to start from the first stage, the second stage, till we get to the final. Okay, now, first thing first, I need to create a heading for my dashboard. I need to create a heading, so let's start with that. So now to do that, I have to come to Insert, and then I have to create a shape. So I'm going to use my rounded rectangle, click on it, and it comes up here. So I have to resize it. Okay, I have to resize it to this. Now, the next thing now is to make sure I resize it properly so it doesn't take too much of the space. Now this is what I have. I need to change the color, so I have to go to my style and select something a little bit deep. So I'm going to use this. This is what I want. Now I need to create a write-up into my heading. So I'm going to use my text box. So I'm going to click on this. So I'm going to give it a name. I can give it B and K. So I'm going to give it B and K food reports dashboard. Okay, so this is what I'm going to label it as. So now we need to double click, highlight it, Ctrl A, and we need to centralize it. We need to format the text, so we have to give it bold, and then we need to increase the size. I'm giving it 24. Okay, so we need to move it to the top. So what you have to do is to click on this edge, drag it to the top. Yeah, okay, that's it. Then move to the bottom and also drag it. Okay, so now we need to remove the background so we can have our text on the round rectangle. So to do that, we go to Effect, we move to Effect, and we disable the background. As you can see, it's disabled, so we have B and K food report. So now I need to click on this, and then I need to give it white. Okay, so this is my white color, and I need to place it on it very well. Okay, so this is what we have. So we have B and K food report dashboard. Now we are done with the heading. Now I need to make this clear. Like I said, in this tutorial, you are going to learn some touch of graphics, some touch of creativity. And as a graphic artist, when you are given a product to work on, first you need to check the color of the company or the color of the client, or you need to note some things that can complement your design. Okay, so what I mean is that B and K is a company of food, and they should have a color. And in my design, I want to make sure that whatever I'm designing complement their color. Well, this is from the professional angle of being a graphic artist. I don't know if others, some might just decided to just design it the way they want it. But to me, I felt like, okay, why don't I design something that has a touch of the color of the company? So it beautifies it and it gives it a sense of belonging. Okay, so right now we are done with this. Now let's move to creating a create. So what I do most of the time is I like creating a rounded rectangle at the back of my card. So what this does is that it doesn't make it look flat. It gives it some touch of, beauty. Okay, so now I have to go to my insert, okay, and I have to use my rounded rectangle. So now I have my rounded rectangle. All I have to do is to adjust it to this, take it up. And the next thing now is to go to my style. And when I get to my style, all I need to do is to change the background to white. Now I have a white background, so I need to enable my shadow. Okay, I need to enable my glow. Okay, and then let's move down. So, and I want my action to be enabled. Now I need to move to my glow and change the color to my my heading color. So I think this is what I use. I need to click on this. I need to click on this. And then I need to move to my shadow. In my shadow, I also have to change the color to my heading color. So I use this. I use this. So, and then for now, this is okay. So right now we have our rounded rectangle. So now let's create a card into it. So we click on our new card. We drag it, adjust it, and place it on it. Like I said, the essence of having a rounded rectangle at the back is just to create a unique, a simplified, like a border, something appealing. So that's just the whole essence. We can do without it, but I felt let's put some kind of touch into it. So now let's click on our table and then let's check units sold. This will give the total sum of units sold. Okay. So right now we have it here, sum of units sold. Let's go to our colored value so we can format it. So I'm going to change the font, the value size into 35. And I'm going to change the color into sky blue. And I'm going to centralize it. Now I'm going to scroll down into my label and move to position. So right here in position, I'm going to place it below value. So that's it. And I'm going to scroll down to my cards. I'm going to disable the border that comes with the card and the background. Disable border and disable background. So now, and I'm going to move up again to, okay, my space between label. I'm going to make it 0. So now let's see how it looks. So let's click outside. So this is it. So now I can make a duplicate of this. I can just click on this, shift, and then move down, click on this, shift. So I can create a copy, Control C, then V, that's to paste. So I can get down to here. So let's adjust it, bring it down. So that's it. So we can change the value. So let's click on this. Okay, let's click on this and then let's change it to expenses. So all we have to do is to uncheck the units sold and then we click on expenses. All we have to do is to click on it, uncheck the units sold, and then we can click on revenue. So this will give us the total revenue. Okay, this is our total revenue. Now we'll move to the next one. Click on it. So what this does, we are going to disable the units sold and click on price per unit. Price per unit. So in summary, this is like creating a template. So we just have to add and change some figures. So that's how this works. So now we have our price per unit. So right now, let's build a chart to illustrate some of the values we have here, like some of units sold and some of the expenses. Okay, so let's start with stack column. But first, like I said, I like starting with my rounded columns. It makes it look more appealing. So I will have to copy that from here. All you have to do is to select it and then you paste it. So you drag it. Okay, so this is it. Now you can expand it. So now we have to go to shape and make some adjustments. So I'm setting the rounded corner to 15. That will affect the edge. Okay, as you can see, we have it here to 15. So you can adjust it a bit down. So what next? We have to go back to our visualization. Now we click on Start Column. Okay, now we can adjust it and drag it into the rounded column. So these are just some of the settings you have to apply to make it look more appealing, and then it's about simplicity and let the main objective, which is the message, let it be clear. So I'm trying to adjust it just to get the best out of it. So now let's talk about what are we building this chart for. So I'm building the chart for the region and the total sales. Okay, the region and the total sales. Okay, so right now I'm going to click on my region. So this will show the region and the sales. And what next? To click on my unit sold. So which will give the total sum of my units sold. So I'm going to click on that too. Now, did you see that? So now I have my sum of units sold by region, and this is it. So I can adjust it to how I want it to be. If it's too big, I can just do some little adjustments into it. And remember that I can change the border of the chart. Okay, I can change the border, move the border, but right now let's do the adjustment, place it inside. Perfect. And now let's click on our rectangle. So let's adjust it to fit to it. Okay, now let's click and see how it looks. So this is the steps. Okay, now the next step, let's create a slider. So this will help us to sort some of our information. So I'm going to use my slider over here. I'm going to click on it to achieve that, and then I'm going to move to my format visual. So before that, I need to enable my region, because this is what I'm going to use to sort out all my region. So when that is done, I move to my format visual and I move to my slider setting, and I'm going to select drop down. So I'm going to select drop down. So now I have it here. I need to adjust it so I can fit it into my rounded rectangle. So this is just the adjustment. Move it a bit, then bring it down. So that's it. Okay, right now that we have this, the next one now, let's create a bar chart. A bar chart. Okay, so with our bar chart, we are going to activate our region and revenue. Region and revenue. So this gives us the total revenue by region. So now let us adjust it. Okay, so all this setting helps to make your chart to look more appealing. So now we have our region activated. Okay, so now the next thing now is to create a funnel. We are going to create a funnel chart. So now this funnel chart, we are going to activate beverage brand and revenue. Our sum of revenue by beverage brand. So let's move to the next step. Now we are going to create a table. Okay, and in this table, we are going to activate our beverage brand. And then we are also going to activate our region. And also, we are going to activate our revenue. And also, finally, we are also going to activate our states. Okay, so that's how this works. It gives us our states, revenue, region, and beverage brand. So let's adjust it. Now we have adjusted. That's all for now. Watch out for our next video where we are going to analyze how interactive dashboards are. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.